All right, let's dive into a real mystery today. We're going to be investigating a huge case of mistaken identity. And the main suspect? Well, it's you, or at least what you think of as you.
So let's start with the biggest question of all. What exactly is this self, this I that we talk about all day, every day? Where is it? What's it made of? I mean, it feels so solid, right? So permanent. It feels like the very center of our universe. But is it really?
Now, you might think this is just some philosophical navel-gazing, but according to Buddhist teachings, cracking this case is everything. It's actually the single most important thing you can do to free yourself from what's called dukkha. You know, that constant low-level hum of stress, dissatisfaction, and suffering we all feel.
Okay, so let's get our detective hats on. The investigation begins now. We're on the hunt for this thing we call I. But like any good detective, we can't just start searching randomly. We need to know where to look and what evidence to examine.
And what's so brilliant about this approach is how systematic it is. We're not just going to guess. We are going to break down our entire moment-to-moment experience into its most basic fundamental parts. These are our clues, the raw data of our own existence.
These parts are known as the Five Aggregates. Now, don't let the name throw you. Just think of them as the 5 essential building blocks that, when they all come together, create the experience you call your life. So, what are they? Let's take a look.
First up, the easy one, material form, or rupa. This is your body, simple as that. Your bones, your skin, your breath, all the physical stuff you can see and touch. It's the hardware of your being, made up of basic qualities like heat, solidity, and movement.
Next up, number 2 is feeling, or vedana. And we have to be super clear here. This is not about emotions like love or anger. This is the raw flavor of an experience before you put a label on it. It's just pleasant, painful, or neutral. It's the warmth of the sun on your arm, the sharp sting of a paper cut. It's the very first basic tone of any experience.
Our third building block is perception, or sanya. This is the part of your mind that recognizes and identifies things. It's the function that takes that raw, pleasant feeling and says, ah, that's the sun. It's what hears the sound and knows that's a bell. Think of it like your mind's librarian, constantly sorting and labeling everything that comes in.
Fourth, we've got mental formations, or sankhara. This is a big one. You can think of this as the driver's seat of your mind. This is where your will, your volition lives. It's all your thoughts, your habits, your emotions, your desires, your intentions, all the active churning energy that pushes you to do things.
And finally, number 5, consciousness, or vijnana. And again, this isn't some grand, cosmic, mystical thing. It's way simpler. It's just the basic awareness that pops up when one of your senses makes contact with something. There's seeing consciousness, hearing consciousness, even thinking consciousness. It's basically the light that has to be on for you to see, hear, or think anything at all.
So here's the kicker. According to this investigation, that's it. That's the whole recipe. Everything you have ever thought of as me or mine is nothing more than a combination of these 5 constantly moving, constantly changing processes. There are no secret ingredients.
Okay, so we've gathered all our evidence, these 5 building blocks. Now it's time for phase 2 of the investigation. We're going to put these 5 things under a powerful microscope to see what they're really made of, what fundamental truths they tell us about reality itself. And what's amazing is, it doesn't matter which one you look at. Your body, your feelings, your thoughts, they all share the exact same 3 profound, universal characteristics. It's like a watermark stamped on everything that exists. And here they are. First, Anicca, which means impermanence. Second, Dukkha, or unsatisfactoriness. And third, the really big one, Anatta, which translates to not self. Let's break each one down.
So first up, Anicca, impermanence. This is the universal law of change. Nothing, and I mean nothing, stays the same. Not just in the big ways, like how we get older. We're talking moment to moment. The thought you just had, it's gone. The sensation of your breath, it's already changing. Every single cell in your body is in a constant state of flux.
Now, because everything is always changing, trying to find lasting, permanent happiness in any of it is, well, it's a recipe for frustration. And that's dukkha. It's that friction and stress we feel trying to hold on to things that are, by their very nature, slipping through our fingers. We want solid ground in a world that's fundamentally like a flowing river.
And that leads us to the third and honestly the most mind-bending truth of all, Anatta, or not self. Think about it. If your body, your feelings, and your thoughts are all constantly changing and ultimately outside of your control, then where is this permanent, unchanging you that's supposed to be in charge? And the stunning conclusion is, it's just not there. There's no CEO sitting in the big office of your mind.
So now we bring it all together. All the evidence is on the table. We've analyzed the clues. It is time for the big reveal. It's time to solve this case of mistaken identity once and for all. This classic analogy just says it all perfectly. Imagine walking into a dark room and seeing a coiled shape on the floor. You immediately think snake and your heart pounds. Your fear is absolutely real. The coiled shape, the rope, is real, but your interpretation that it's a snake, that's a complete delusion. It's the same with the self. The five aggregates are real, but our idea that there's a permanent me living inside them is a mistake, a projection born out of the darkness of ignorance.
Let's just look at the hard logic here. We assume a self should be permanent, right? But as we've seen, the aggregates are always fleeting. We think it's one single thing, but the aggregates are a messy, complex bundle of processes, and we desperately want to believe it's in our control. But can you actually command yourself to never feel sad again, or to stop aging? No way. The evidence just doesn't add up. The aggregates fail every test for what a self is supposed to be.
So here's the fundamental glitch in how our minds work. Our ignorance kind of twists or perverts reality. We look at something that's clearly impermanent and we try to see it as permanent. We chase after things that are ultimately unsatisfying, hoping they'll bring us lasting pleasure. And worst of all, we look at this selfless, flowing stream of mind and body and we plant a flag in it saying, this is me, this is mine. That one little mistake is the root of all our grasping, all our suffering.
So if our suffering is all just a big case of mistaken identity, what's the solution? How do we finally solve the case and start seeing things clearly? What happens when the lights finally come on and we see it was just a rope all along?
Well, the path just sort of unfolds naturally once you have that first key insight. It starts with realization, truly seeing these three truths for yourself in your own experience. That leads to a kind of disenchantment, which sounds bad, but it just means a wise turning away from clinging to things that can't deliver on their promises. From there, a sense of dispassion and calm naturally arises. And the final step? Liberation. The mind no longer grasping, no longer fighting reality, is finally free.
Which leaves us with one final, incredible question to sit with. If this whole investigation has shown that you are not your body, you are not your feelings, and you are not your thoughts, then what in the world are you? And the answer isn't some new thing to believe in, but maybe, just maybe, it's a kind of freedom that's bigger than you ever imagined.